Okay, so today we're going to continue with our window washing. Don't forget that these are all workstations that you can go to, and all these other things you can click on to play games and stuff too. So if you're sick of Prodigy, or your mom is like, quit playing on Prodigy so much, you have other choices. You're going to watch this video that shows multiplication strategies, and then you are going to be doing this. This should look familiar. Actually, before you do this, let's go to this one. Yeah, this one is a whole group. You're not going to make a copy of this slide. Okay, this is a whole lesson. So how many window panes? How many window panes are on the front of the Watertown Post Office? Your previous work and what you notice about the windows will help. So you're going to tell me the number of total panes. And here it says, since we already solved to find 5 times 4 and 4 times 4 windows, I use those to help me solve 9 times 4 array because 4 plus 5 equals 9. So I used 5 times 4 plus 4 times 4 to solve 9 times 4. Then I added the number of window panes in each window to find the total number of panes on the office. So how many total window panes? You do need to answer that question mark there. Then first I looked at the 4x4 windows and saw 2 groups of 8. So I doubled 8. It was easy to figure out that there were 16 panes in the 4x4 window. Then to figure out the 4x5 windows, I just added one more group of 4 to the number of panes for 4 times 4 window. Since I knew that 4 times 4 is 40, I subtracted one group of 4 to find out that there was 36 windows in the big window. When I added 20 plus 16 plus 36, they got how many panes? And you need to put that answer right there with a question mark. Now you're going to choose a sticky note. Okay? And then when you choose a sticky note, let's go back up there. It says choose any sticky note and answer the question. What efficient strategies were used to solve the problem? Okay? So you're going to pick one and you're going to answer it. Make sure you put your name on it because you're sharing this slide. Now I have made a copy for everyone. So the Watertown Center has the largest window in Watertown. Help Wally figure out how many window panes are on the front of the Watertown. Show your thinking with pictures and numbers and words. So you're going to take this thing right here and you're going to figure out how many panes there are. And you're going to explain to me how you did it. Challenge. Can you solve it another way? So I want you to try to find 2 ways to solve this problem. Okay? So when there's one for everyone, see, look, there's 33 slides. So all you need to do is click here, put your name, and you're going to solve it one way. And then if you can solve it more than one way, which would be great, you could probably have enough room in here to put method 1 or strategy 1 and strategy 2. Now, this, I couldn't do this when it was on presentation mode. But see, when you click on a sticky note and you move it, you're going to click, I'm sorry, you're going to click on the sticky note. Oh, I moved it. Undo, undo. There we go. You're going to click on this sticky note. What efficient strategies were used to solve this problem? So you're going to look at these 2 things and what were the efficient strategies. So first you're going to put your name and then you're going to write the strategy on the sticky note. There are 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 minus this. There's 11 on this page. There's 11 on this page. And I'm going to duplicate this side. So there are 33 slides. There's 33 sticky notes. So each one of you will be able to choose a sticky note and write what efficient strategy these 2 people used to solve the problem. Do not forget to put the answer there. Okay? That is your first part of your math today. You're just going to do one of these slides, tell me the whole thing. Then you will remember we did stamps. So this is redoing what we did last week. Only this time it's going to be you without other strategies involved. So how many stamps do you see? What is the total cost of the stamps? How many stamps do you see? What is the total cost of the stamps? How many stamps do you see? What is the total cost? Steve has 4 cards with 8 stamps on each card. Cindy has 8 cards with 4 stamps on each card. Who has more stamps, Steve or Cindy? You may want to draw this out to help you. They took the array away to see what strategy you use. You could use number lines, you could use whatever. And you're going to do these 2 challenges. Liz bought 16 3-cent stamps and used them to mail 2 letters to her grandparents. If each letter used the same number of stamps, how much did it cost to mail each letter? This is a 2-step problem. First, you have to figure out 3 stamps to mail 2 letters, 16 times 3, 16 stamps. All right, so that's 18, 3 times, or not 18, it's way more than 18. 3 times 16. All right, then once you figure that out, you have to figure out how much each of them costs to send. So there's 2 letters. You know there's 2 letters. You know that the stamps were 3 cents a piece. You know she bought 16 of them and she used the same number of stamps. How much did it cost to mail each letter? This next one, create a new set of stamps. You decide how many stamps you want in your array and how much they cost. They should all cost the same, right? Because if it's an array, it's got to be equal. Then find the total cost of the stamps. It has to be more than 1 row. In fact, it has to have more than 2 rows and more than 2 columns. You can't do 1 by 1 or 2 by 2. If you do, I'm marking it wrong because that's just being lazy. Okay, so it has to be a 3 and above rows and 3 and above columns. And that is your assignment today. So you have 2 little, this is kind of a review. That's why I gave it to see your thinking. You could easily do this on a piece of paper and type in the responses, or you could, take a picture. Make sure you give me access to anyone with a link. Make sure you copy this link. Make sure, and this says resubmit because this is the assignment I'm using to remind you. When you hit submit assignment, if you took a picture, you can upload it here. Text entry. If you just want to type in your answers, you can do that. URL. This is where you got to be careful. See all these links that come up? Those aren't it. None of those are what I just copied. None of those are. So I need to right click and hit paste. I need to be very careful that I don't click on any of those links that showed up because those are old links and that's how I'm getting old work. Okay? And then I can submit assignment. All right. So today, that is what you're going to do for math.